Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Monday morning here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. Well, let's get right to the forecast with Nicole Hernandez. She's joining us this morning, filling in for meteorologist Thomas Patrick. And Nicole, now things are going to be warm today, but not nearly as hot as they were over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be much more temperate and mild compared to this weekend. This weekend reaching mid to high 90s, hundreds in some places. Not nearly that hot today, but that comes with a price because the reason we're cooling down is this storm system that's moving its way through our region. So you can see lots of lightning and heavy downpours moving through the Yakima, Othello, Moses Lake, Wenatchee area right now, Moscow, Lewiston, Pomeroy, all getting hit with these thunderstorms right now and going to continue as we move forward through the rest of the day. This system moving its way northeast throughout the day, kind of spinning in that very traditional low pressure system spin, developing storms throughout our entire eastern Washington region here. Now, as we see these storms develop and happen, they're going to be bringing a combination of heavy downpours, potentially even dry lightning and wind. So that's why we're talking about red flag warnings with high fire danger and flood watches in parts of our region.
The newly built East Trent Bridge will soon be open to commuters once again. It was demolished and has been under construction for the last 3 years. So this morning, our Brandon T. Jones is joining us live from the bridge, where officials are planning a ribbon cutting ceremony. Brandon, in just a few hours.
Oh yes, Channing, good morning. That's exactly right. 10 a.m. So that's about 4 hours from now. They're going to be cutting the ribbon for the East Trent Bridge. I'm standing in front of it right now. You see the gates are still up, but as of tomorrow morning, WashDOT says they're going to have all of this cleared out and commuters will finally be able to return and drive over this bridge right here. So let's go ahead and take a look back all the way to 1910. I mean, that was a long time ago. That was over a century ago. So it lasted way beyond its expected lifespan, that original bridge. So in 2020, work on its replacement began, and according to the Washington State Department of Transportation, the opening today is 6 months ahead of schedule. Although this new beginning carries the same name of what formerly stood here in the past, the people of Spokane, they can expect some improvements while crossing. We've even had a chance to see it ourselves. That includes safer walking paths and increased space for bicycles to use the bridge as well.
So really excited to get this back open. A lot of businesses have been looking forward to this in the area. It's created some challenges, difficult detours for the last couple of years, but they've adapted and overcome, and we're appreciative of their patience.
All right, so take a listen to this. From start to finish, which means the entire demolish and rebuild process, the project cost roughly $25 million to complete. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, the ribbon cutting ceremony is going to kick off at 10 a.m. and we'll also get a chance to speak with WashDOT a little bit later this morning as they prepare for that ceremony. Reporting live in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
6:04 now. Right now, authorities in Montana are continuing to search for an escaped inmate accused of murder. According to the Sanders County Sheriff's Office, 42-year-old Chadwick Shane Mobley escaped in the town of Plains yesterday morning while being transported. Mobley was arrested late last month by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office for a 2011 murder of a Michigan woman. He was being extradited to Michigan when he escaped. Now, he is about 6 feet tall and 150 pounds. Officials say he was last seen wearing camo pants, a ball cap, black boots, and a black coat. Officials say Mobley is considered to be dangerous, so if you see him, call 911 and do not approach him. Well, this morning, North Idaho College will maintain its accreditation, at least for now. That's after the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities notified NIC it granted an extension on its show cause sanction. So this means that the college will continue normal operations for the next year. During that time, NIC must comply with key recommendations. The college has until April 1st of 2025 to get back in good standing with the commission. And this morning, the Idaho State Board of Education is preparing for a lawsuit. Now, this comes after the board held a closed meeting before voting to approve the University of Idaho buying the University of Phoenix. Idaho State Attorney General Raul Labrador says the board violated open meeting laws. The lawsuit is asking to render the May 15th meeting void, citing a lack of transparency and failure to hold public discourse on the $500 million buyout, in essence, blocking the acquisition. Now, after hearing the AG's concerns on the process, the board came to their own conclusion, saying that they did not break any open meeting laws.
The attorneys engaged in this transaction determined that the exemption applied. Even now, with the benefit of hindsight analysis, We believe the exemption applies, therefore no violation occurred and no cure is necessary.
The Board of Education is now looking for private lawyers to defend their case in court. It is 6:06 right now. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. This morning, the Stevens County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding a missing man. 27-year-old Tyler Keplin has been missing since Friday afternoon. Deputies say he was last seen walking on Mingo Mountain Road just outside of Kettle Falls. Keplin is described as 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing about 200 pounds and has brown eyes. If you see him, call Stevens County Dispatch at the number at the bottom of your screen. Well, this morning, a trucker is dead after a crash early Saturday morning on 4th of July Pass. According to Idaho State Police, a 66-year-old man driving eastbound hit the barrier and ran into an embankment. Officials say he was not wearing a seatbelt, and they found him there at the scene. Well, new video this morning showing a stunning rescue made by the U.S. Coast Guard in Oregon. Take a look. This all happened after an 18-year-old man became stranded on a small island off the Oregon coast. A second person swam out to try and rescue him, but also became stranded. The first man was rescued by helicopter, the second by a land crew, and both are expected to be okay. Well, North Central High School Gonzaga alum Alex Jacob has been called up to the big leagues. The San Diego Padres selected the 25-year-old Spokane native on Friday. Jacob spent the season with the Padres AA affiliate, the San Antonio Missions. He was taken in the 16th round of the 2021 draft after earning the WCC Pitcher of the Year award. And that's a look at your morning rush.
All right, we have a lot of thunderstorms moving through our region right now, but Spokane and Coeur d'Alene actually clear for the moment. You can see beautiful, beautiful post-sunrise out over Lake Coeur d'Alene there, and it's actually very, I'd say, warm out for our early morning temperatures. 73 degrees right now. It looks like we didn't even dip below 70 degrees overnight tonight, which is very warm for our overnight lows. And several other places, Wenatchee obviously under that rain because of some of the storms moving through that area. Most places, though, either in the 60s or 70s, depending on where you're waking up this morning. And as we look forward, we are warming up today, but not as much as we saw this weekend because with the storm system, it's also bringing a cold front in that's cooling us down.